Welcome, people of the World Wide Web. So it's Cypher Sigma here, and I know it's the weekend and what you're expecting is a movie review, but obviously as the title says, it's not. It's about anime. So what I have behind me here. So I know I'm trying to do a few little things different, and this week unfortunately has been a bit busy, so I've not been to see the cinema, or the only thing I want to see is 3.5 hours, and I haven't had any time in an evening to go see that. So the discussion is anime, like it's kind of give you a few, if you're interested in anime, what I recommend and how to kind of open your mind. Now, anime is split into many different levels. You have shonen, shoto, different mecha ones and stuff like this. And I think from a blank perspective, this is kind of how I would go about looking into maybe if this is your thing. So first thing, of anybody who doesn't know, anime is Japanese animation. So it is drawn or digitally rendered characters and stories. They have very different styles and generations. It is massive. It is open to kind of anything you can think of. Now, I mean, you might like animation, but you might not like anime. So animation being Disney, anime being like Japanese stuff. And I say there is so much of it, and there are some that are massive. It just seems like a mass. It's like being faced with a river and going, you get a cup of water. I don't know. So there are a lot of sections. I'm not going to go into them because I don't really understand them all anyway. To be plainly honest, I have my own ones, and I just recommended just a few steps or a few things to get or a few options to go in it. So anime. I've been in anime for a very long time. I found it through movies and DVDs that I used to rent at obviously libraries. They don't do this anymore, so none of you can probably find it. Or as far as I'm aware, I haven't been in a library for a long time. So there is a specific style, as I said, like everyone expects like Disney and stuff, but this is very its own style. So my first recommendation is like if you like superheroes or if you like action stuff, there are two movies that I would recommend. So the first one off is The Animatrix. I'll put it up here on CX. I think it goes for £1. I also have the other one. It's Batman Gotham Knight. Sorry. Also, you can get it for Blu-ray for £1 from CX. So it's cheap as chips. But these are the two I'm basically recommending for you to start off with. Now, this is a set of shorts. So one is based off around the Matrix and stuff that could happen within the Matrix, and the other one are like Batman stories. These are done in different styles, and these are cheap DVDs or Blu-rays that you can get hold of, that you can watch, and you can just see different styles of anime. It's just to see, basically it's just to open up your mind of this is the art style that anime is, or can be, I should say. And probably if you've watched like 80s cartoons, I mean some 80s cartoons like I think Thundercats and that did have some kind of elements of anime in places, same with Transformers and stuff. So there are influences and you may have seen something, but these kind of open up your mind to almost I think the last 10-20 years of the art styles which have kind of come into it. Not all of them like that, but it's just to open up your mind. It's cheap, get it in, have a look, and if you come across these and go, maybe I didn't like the story, maybe I didn't, but the animation was all right, I'm sure, given the right kind of story and stuff, and this is context, which is brilliant. That's the whole point of anime, and it's to open up and say there's anime for everybody. It ain't always cheap. It can be very expensive and can hold its price because they don't produce as much of it as like a normal film could have, like probably thousands, probably millions of copies. Anime, they probably only have like a thousand or so. Now with the anime, there are some really big ones. So you'll see behind there, we've got Dragon Ball, that is massive. We've got Bleach at the top, and obviously Naruto, my favourite, is just off there, is absolutely massive. Now, I would definitely not recommend any of these. So what would have been classed as the big three besides One Piece and stuff. And if you want to get into anime, don't throw yourself into these giant series. Now, it's quite a newer thing to have very smaller series, so very 12, 24 episodes, and I think this is where you need to jump on. So besides these two animes, what I do and what I have say, I'm an anime fan. Crunchyroll currently is $5.99, I believe, so £6 it is for a month. So you compare it to, okay, it's a little bit cheaper than that. Well, I think what you pay for Amazon Prime, but any of the other ones, so Paramount, like Now TV, Netflix, Disney Plus, it is far cheaper. It's £6 a month. This doesn't have everything, but it has a lot of the popular stuff. It has a lot of smaller series, and this is where I watched a series once I was reincarnated as a slime. Very good to watch. Now, the reason why I recommend this site, and I'm not sponsored by it or anyone, is because they get the dubbed versions of it. So anime, when it comes out in Japan first, and obviously it is Japanese. This site has very good quality by official voice actors who then dub it, and it may take a week or two to get. Sometimes it can take up to 6 months depending on how big it is and finding the people, but it is the best way to get quite newer stuff dubbed quite quickly. Or if you like the subtitles, you go into it, because obviously anime, if you go very back in the day, there are some stuff that doesn't have audio stuff. It is only subtitled with Japanese or Chinese or wherever it comes from. So those are my recommendations. This is part one, even though it doesn't say it in the title. This is basically just to open it up. I may do a poll or something to choose the next one to show people what it's about. But if you're interested in anime, yeah, £1 each from CX, I'm sure, I think they're both about an hour long, give or take 73 minutes, and that's 89 minutes. It's an hour off. So there you go, you get kind of two film qualities, and just open your mind. I mean, you can go into, I say, you can go and get Crunchyroll. You don't have to get Crunchyroll, but this opens your mind. If you're open your mind, interested, then I'll throw some more stuff at you. I'll talk about the Studio Ghibli and the more popular stuff. But there it is. Anyway, I've been Cypher Sigma. This has not been a movie review. Hope you enjoyed this kind of opening the minds to anime, and I shall see you in the next one.